Alright, welcome back to Guitar Techniques with Paul. This is episode 2. When we left off, we were learning about these three chords, C, F, and G. The great thing about these chords is they are all major chords. Major means happy in music, a major chord, versus a minor chord, which is generally a sadder sound. So you'll hear those chords featured in a lot of different songs. They work really well together. And they are actually the first chord in the scale, the fourth chord, and the fifth chord, also known as a 1-4-5. Let's take a look on this board here, and I've got a picture showing all of the notes in the scale. I'll show you why these are 1-4-5 and how a scale or a chord is made up. So there's 12 notes in the chromatic scale, ranging from C to B. And each block here, each interval between these is considered a half step. And if you go 2, it's called a whole step. Okay, so the major scale is made up of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Because B is very close to C, right? It's a half step away. So whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half is the notes in the major scale. So if we were to put a little star here under each one, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, those are the notes in the C scale. They're all naturals. Okay, so when I said 1-4-5, what I meant was C is the first, 1, 2, 3. F is the fourth, and then G is the fifth. Okay, so when we have those chords, 1, 4, 5. Okay, so why are those major chords? Because with every chord, there's 3 notes. The root, the third, and the fifth. Okay, so the root would obviously be the chord that it is itself. So in the C chord, it's made up of this one here, root, and the third and the fifth. So how do we find the third? It's actually the third note in the scale. So root is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the C chord is made up of C, E, and G. 1, 3, 5. So the reason we know that this is a major chord actually is because the third is 2 whole steps from the root. Remember we talked about half and whole? So whole step, whole step. So it's a major chord. A minor chord is a whole and 1/2. So it's actually 1 flat of the major chord is what a minor chord would be. However, since D sharp is not in the C scale, we have to go to E. Let's try this with another one of our chords that we talked about. How about F? Since we were playing the F, we said that was a major chord. So we start on F, that's the root. Let's count 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, A. And then 4, 5. Okay, so root, third, and then, the C would be the fifth. Okay, and let's see. F is major, we said, so let's see. Is it 2 whole steps? 1 whole step, 2 whole steps. Yep, so we know that's a major chord. G is the third one. The third chord in the scale that is a major chord. There's actually only 3. The 1, the 4, and the 5 are the only 3 chords in the scale that are major. 1, 2, 3, and that's 2 whole steps, so we know it's major. And then we'll have to go 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes up the G chord. So it's G, B, and D. Okay. So let's prove our point here that those are the only 3 major chords. Let's pick out a different one. We'll say D. Let's do a D chord. Do we know if it's major or minor? Let's find out. So we'll circle the root, and then we'll count 3. 1, 2, 3. We circle that. And how far away is D from F? It is a whole and a half. So we know that the D chord is a minor chord, 4, 5. And it's made up of D, F, and A. And so with this, simple way of thinking, you can figure out the chords or the notes in any chord, really. At least as far as a major triad goes, or a minor triad. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.